I'm starting on the second side. First side's looking great. Now I did notice when I went to test it, I was looking at the underside here. Let me see if I can pick it up. Yeah, not damaging anything. And my 1-inch gap, or one inch space here, one of the boards was sticking up too much. So I unscrewed them and put that one down and screwed it back in and then put the stuff back on. So it was just a matter of removing, like 10 screws, changing it and putting it back together. Not a big deal. Got that all straightened out. But that made me think on this one, I'm going to use a spacer, a 1-inch spacer here, so I don't have to measure every one. That way I clamp the spacer on. It's even all the way across. And then to hold it so I can start putting them together, I put this one in here. It's not screwed in or anything, but it's clamped to the table to keep this end straight. And then this end can move, but this way I can hold it against it and screw it in and make sure it was a 90-degree angle here. So I guess my point is this time I'm going to clamp a little bit more and use that 1-inch spacer. I think it'll make it go a little bit easier, because before I had to measure each one going across and hand hold it, and you're hoping that nothing moves when you put the screw in, because then it'll be off. And the problem is if you put in a screw in and it goes off just a little bit, the problem is now that hole is there. So if you try to move it back, it wants to pull it back to that hole. So that's a problem. Now, fortunately with this one, this board was off enough that it made a new screw hole, so it was not a problem. It was off that much. But when you're off just a touch, that's when the hole becomes your enemy for changing it. Okay, so I don't have much time to work this morning. I'm just getting the shop heated up, and then I'm going to close it down, and I got to get to my other work. But got to start on it. I feel good about that. I have these are already sanded off the edges, so I have enough for 3 on each side, and then I will cut more. Well, I already have them made. Remember, we made a bunch, but we have to cut them for length, sand them, and get them in place. Okay, that's where we're at. Oh, one other point. This board right here, I really like this. It's I think it's a poplar, and it had this really cool purplish streak in it. I don't know if it'll stay that color. It's got a little green going on here and this. So I'm gonna cut this to the right width, and it'll be the centerpiece. I'll keep this side of the board and have that part sticking down for the centerpiece on that side over there. And then we'll see how it holds up. See what it does when it gets oil on. It'll deepen. Hopefully it keeps that that purplish color really unique. I don't know if I've ever seen that in wood before for poplar, or actually any American wood.